On this episode of Swamp Boys Garage, we're going to be changing out the busting wooden rails on the jet ski trailer called Bunks, adding a sump pump, and maybe going on a test drive on the river and hitting up our favorite restaurant for 50-cent wing day. You will definitely want to stay to the end of this video so you don't miss out on seeing our beautiful Tickfall River in South Louisiana. So we're going to get started by hooking up the come along so we can lift the jet ski enough to remove the old bunks. Alright, so here's the busted bunk, and as you can tell, it's not just a little crack, it's completely torn apart. So we bought us a new treated 2x4, which we're going to replace it with.
Here's our carpet right here. We got all this on Amazon. So if we find it to be a good product, you can look below in the description and we'll have a link to it. If we don't think it's good, then we're not going to put a link.
And then we got our come along ready to get attached up here to lift the back end of the jet ski.
Yeah, so I think the best way, we're going to leave it connected in the front. So we're going to leave it on this bar, and this will be a pivot point, and then we'll jack up the back, and that'll get it off the bunks. Probably won't get it off too much, but we're hoping that it'll stay on this right here, and it'll just pivot up. So let's see if that's going to work, and get this changed out so we can get down the river.
All right, let's see.
All right, we have a hook up here that we use when we pull the engine. So let's get that on there. See if this will fit. Might have to bring it down a little bit. All right, so we're gonna try this way first. If this don't work, we're just gonna go get everything ready to get the two boards ready with the carpet, and then we'll go launch the boat and just do the work at the boat launch. But hopefully we can do it this way. How's it looking? All right, so it's off of it, so we could actually do it this way. It's not a lot of room, but it's gonna work. So let's get these off, and then we'll cut this and put the carpet on it. Don't let that break the boat.
So we're only going to do one at a time, that way we can move the jet ski if we need to, and that way it won't fall on these brackets and bust, and that would be a whole other problem that we'll have on our hands.
All right, so let's start by removing these little brackets here. And we're gonna have to get the spacing right. So I think what we'll do is we'll mount the first one the same distance on that 2x4, then we'll put it on there and then line up the second bracket. It may be rusted completely, broken off.
All right, we got the first one off. And look how rusty this is, and even the screws all rotted. So we're definitely gonna need a new one of those. And this, we're gonna put a wire brush on this, spray paint it, leave it out for about 30 minutes, and that'll be good as new. But definitely gonna have to have new screws and get all this cleaned up. right, we just finished this bunk. Now all we have to do is bolt it into the support and then it's gonna be 100%.
Yeah, and you don't want your carpet to go all the way across. That way you want your 2x4 to be able to dry out after it goes underwater. So that's why it's only on 3 sides. And these supports were extremely rusted. Tyler had to put it on a side grinder. I didn't really have any more bolts, so I had to use one old bolt. And I found some new ones, so I did one old, one new.
So now we're gonna start working on the side that's actually broken in half, get this bunk done, and then we should be ready for the river.
So let's bolt this one in, and that way we can kind of shift everything over. I don't know if that goes on the other side.
We're putting some anti-seize on it, that way it'll help with the rust.
It helps it come off better the next time so it don't seize up.
Yeah, so this one was completely torn apart and I think it's only 5 years old. I think it was 2019, so I don't know if that's normal or not for only 5 years. But now I'm gonna take these off, get that cleaned up and painted, and do the same thing we did for the left side.
I wish we had more screws because the threads are kind of messed up on them too. So we're going to have to make do with what we got. And on this sump pump, I thought I had a hose, but I don't have a hose for it. So all we're going to do with this is drop it down in here. It's just going to sit like that. And we're going to run a hose, probably temporary, just out here. But later we'll put a little, probably drill a hole here, put a through hole fitting, and that way you'll see the water blowing out right here. We'll just do it that way, and all you do is wire it up, these 2 wires to your battery, and it's got like a float switch, so when the water rises it floats up and it activates it. It was rated pretty good, 750 gallons. And it's good to have this because you don't know if your jet ski's taking on water or not. And the inside will fill up with water, then it would be so hard to drive. All right, you got them 2 off. You can put it on a side grinder, clean them up, get them painted, and I'll be working on that 2x4 by that time. They should be dry.
All right, we got both sides done. Now we're gonna lower the come along and put the jet ski back on the trailer.
Try to get it centered best we can. All right, yesterday I changed out this, it's called a carbon seal. I didn't show it on video because it's so hard to see down in here, but it goes right here. It's pretty easy to change. We did it in one of our previous videos, so no use doing it in this one. Just had to take all this off to get the shaft out, and you put this back on. So now all we gotta do is put this on, and then bolt all that and the seats on. So I think we're gonna skip this today since I don't have the right hose, and I wanna go ahead and just mount it right the first time with the through hole fitting. So we'll have that. That'll keep us a lot safer out on a lake, keep us from sinking just in case something happens. So Tyler, you can put that on and we'll put that, and we'll be ready to go down the river.
Had some great wings. Jet ski ran great. Trailer did great with the new bunks put on it. So hope you liked the video. Hope you liked this style. Got to see a little bit of our Tickfall River, place that we spend a lot of time on the weekends. So make sure you like and subscribe to the video, and we will see you next time.